This is not the silver bullet. However, ICT did say you can quit your job using this strategy right here. It's completely different to anything you've seen on YouTube, and it's so easy that when you learn it, you'll start using it and you'll start making a lot of money in these markets. I guarantee you that. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the first thing you have to do is you have to get the basic pairs you're going to trade the strategy on. So the pairs which you're going to trade this on is GBPUSD, EURUSD, and SPX 500. You can also trade it on NAS 100 if you do want to. However, these are the three best pairs I have seen, which actually works in my favor the most. Okay, so the next thing you have to do is you have to know the trading times you're going to trade strategy at. So for example, you're going to trade this from 9:50 a.m. to 11 a.m. New York time. The reason why we have 9:50 instead of 10 o'clock is because we need to get ready for the market. We have to mark out the liquidity regions for price to take out at this 10-minute time frame, and you will see that. And I promise, it's such a fast, such an easy strategy. As soon as you place a trade, it's almost always going to touch your take profit. So in London time, this is 2:50 p.m. all the way to 4 p.m. So the next thing you have to do is you have to get some of the basic rules of when trading the strategy. So for example, we have to wait for multiple things. So for example, waiting for this to happen, that to happen. However, I've got this all on the list right over here. As you can see, the first thing we have to do is we have to mark out the most recent highs and lows on the 5-minute time frame. The next thing we have to do is we have to wait for a liquidity purge on any side of the market, and again, we wait for that on the 5-minute time frame. And the third and final thing we have to do is we have to wait for our confirmed entry protocol, which is completely different to anything you've seen on YouTube. As I did say before, so easy. Almost every single day it forms, and when it does form, it is going to touch your take profit. So let me actually explain all this to you. And we check for a confirmed entry protocol on the 1-minute time frame. So again, very different to anything you've seen, and this will surely change your life. So for example, let's just mark out 9:50 right over here, or let's just mark out some examples. Okay, so for example, let's just say market's doing whatever it wants. If it does this, the win rate's going to be much higher. If you want to add some daily bias into it, of course the win rate's going to be higher. However, it's not necessary. So for example, let's just say we got something like this, and then our trading time is right over here. Okay, let's just say this is 9:50 New York time all the way to 11 o'clock New York time. Let's just say, okay, of course it's not, but let's just say that, because you won't understand this if I just show you this chart example right over here. I have to go into the real charts to show you. So for example, where is the most recent liquidity low and high before price actually came into our trading time? Of course, the most recent high is right over here. The most recent low is right over here. Usually what happens is it takes that 10 minutes. If it does actually hit in 9:50 to 10 o'clock, then that's all right, but usually it takes about 10 minutes to hit one of these regions. That's why we trade from 9:50 all the way to 11 o'clock. So for example, wait for one of these to be taken out and then wait for an entry protocol. However, let's just say there's also a PD array resting right over here, so order block with an imbalance resting right over here above that liquidity region. That makes the win rate so much higher. Same with down here. However, this is not necessary. We don't always have to have that. We can literally have something like this, and then we can look for our entry model. Okay, so just before I carry on, I do want to say, if you want your friendly challenge pass, link in the description below. Stop gambling your challenge. If you want us today, we do the lowest price, most valuable for the money, lowest price, as I did say, fastest, and we are the most reliable. You can pay us half now and then half after we pass phase 1. And again, if we fail, you get every penny back, including what you paid for the friendly challenge, and we'll also give you a $100 extra on top as a compensation for wasting your time. So make sure you check the link in the description below for that. If you miss out, you're gonna have to pay a very high price. So make sure you message us. We only take limited spots every single month. Okay. So we got this high right over here. Then as soon as this high is taken out, wait for a market structure shift with displacement. However, you don't necessarily need this. So market structure shift with displacement would be nice. Let's just say something like this happens. If price ends up going higher, that's fine. Wait for your market structure shift with displacement entry before our trading time, of course. And then where you're going to target is a 1 to 2, 1 to 3 RR. That will work very well. However, let's just say you don't want to enter off the market structure shift with displacement. As I did tell you in my previous video, you can literally just wait for a bearish engulfment candle in the 1-minute time frame. However, you should be risking less if you are going to do that. So now let me show you some chart examples to help you understand the strategy fully. But if you do want to learn to better strategy in this, link in the description below. Do not miss out on the offer price for my mentorship group. Again, it's very, very, very valuable. I really do think it's the best mentorship group you'll ever see, and it's a very low price. I'm not going to charge you thousands of dollars like mentorship, or even hundreds of dollars. I'm going to charge you a few dollars because I do want every single person to succeed, instead of charging thousands of dollars, which so many people can't afford. So many people's lives cannot change. So make sure you check the link in the description below. I'm going to teach you all of my sauce. So for example, as soon as price hits our trading time, where's the most recent liquidity points? Most recent high is right over here, and the most recent low liquidity, we can't say it's these equal lows right over here. So as you can see, price, wait for the 1-minute time frame, price actually takes out the liquidity right over here. Now let's wait for a market structure shift with displacement, As you can see, we haven't got one yet. The most recent low right over here is right over there. So now let's wait for that to be taken out. There you go, it got taken out with displacement. This is a very easy example. So now let me show you the next example, which will help you understand it fully. Entry right over here, and then where you can target is the opposite side liquidity, stop loss above the high. You can easily use this to pass in front of challenge. However, if you want to be 100% guaranteed, link in the description below. Again, 95% of the people fail that front of challenge. Don't be a part of that 95%. Join us today for a 100% guaranteed pass. So this is a very nice example right over here, which I did want to show you. And if you did want to go to that bearish engulfing example, for this case right over here, sadly there wasn't a bearish engulfing candle. However, there was right over here, as you can see. So let me just replay price a little bit. As soon as price took out this liquidity, as you can see right over here, this green candle took out this liquidity point. As you can see, that high. As soon as that happened, we had this red candle, which actually bearish engulfed the body of this green candle. So this could be your original entry. You don't need your market structure shift or displacement. You only need to cover the high right over there, and this can be your 0.5% risk entry. And if you do want to wait for market structure shift or displacement, then that can be your full entry for like another percent. So you can risk 1.5% in this trade at almost every single time. So now let me show you the second example right over here. This is also a very nice example I could actually show you. Again, this one will trick many of you out, so make sure you watch this one carefully and to the end. Same exact thing. Wait for your trading time to hit. Okay, don't enter any trades. Wait for your trading time. There you go. Our trading time hit was the most recent liquidity, resting right over there. So now let's wait for that to be taken out. As soon as that's taken out, which happens right over here, this is a very, very strong example to show you guys, because if you don't watch this, you won't understand. As you can see, price takes out the liquidity. It has the market structure shift of this low right over here. However, the problem is that we never had a FVG. If you don't have an FVG, you're not going to enter your trades. Do not enter a trade, okay? As you can see, another high got taken out. I did tell you this before. And what happens right over here is that as soon as we took out that high, we had this bearish engulfment candle. So this could have been your original entry, and your stop loss could have been above that high. So you might have taken a loss right over there for 0.5% only if you're going to go for a bearish engulfment entry. As you can see, another bearish engulfment happened right over here. But after you lose one bearish engulfment candle entry type model, don't enter any of the trades. We're using bearish engulfment candle. So as you can see, this red candle bearish engulfs this green candle. Don't enter any of the trades. Leave the markets alone, okay? As you can see, we had another market structure shift with displacement from this low and this low. Where's the extreme FVG? Extreme FVG resting right over here, and this can be your entry point. As you can see, if you were to go for that bearish engulfment candle type of entry, you would have made all of the losses you made for that trade back in one trade. So yeah, you can do that. However, I don't recommend always going for that entry model. Market structure shift with displacement is much more high probability, as ICT did the same self. A little bit of drawdown. I want to teach you some psychology here also. A little bit of drawdown. The strong traders, the professional traders will hold their trades. The weak traders will easily just cry and just close their trades early. However, look, hold your trade. You don't have to always go for the moonshots. And as you can see, for this case right over here, it does end up running so much lower than this. Again, you don't need to close at break even so early also. Just follow exactly what I told you and you're going to make a lot of money. As I did say again, if you want your front of challenge pass by the most reliable people, so for example me, and the lowest price and the fastest, link in the description below. If you fail, you get every penny back, and also has contracts, so you can be sure that you will get what you will be receiving. It also comes with my signals, also comes with so much more in order to make you a profitable trader. So link in the description below. Do not miss out on that. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good day.